in here first.
So what's sort of been the most common kind of problem that rangers have had to deal with lately?
You know, the rangers deal with all kinds of problems.
Like the old rebar situation?
Yeah, we're always looking for that. Safety hazards in camp, people driving too fast, and medical emergencies that come up we have to deal with. And just answering questions all day long, too.
Right, kind of a tour guide sort of thing, or when I sort of helped man the station a little bit. Well, when you guys were all out during the dust storm, and it's mostly where's this, where's that.
Yeah.
You know, how do I get to fly? You know, it's kind of common.
Right.
So what's your role as far as the ranger as opposed to the like what Vanessa does?
I'm gonna stop here in a second.
Okay.
Leave a message. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to get more vehicles here to block off the area so cars don't drive through that. So I'm going to recruit the art car people for that.
You know, one of the art cars got
Hi. We need help from the art cars.
What you need?
We are trying to prevent vehicles from driving through the center circle. And what we would like to do is invite you to park your cars to block the entrances.
Okay.
You know, when you're not cruising around.
Because everybody's at the hot springs, but as soon as I get back.
If you pass that word on to them, tell them we would really encourage the art cars to block around the center circle there and block off the area to keep all these vehicles from coming through.
No problem. Is there any kind of a lock we can put on people's tire stems to keep the arrogant from getting let out of their tires?
That's not going to happen.
or banana-proof the cars, possibly.
Banana-proof the car.
I caught that earlier. The banana situation. That was kind of hairy.
As opposed to soaping. Sure.
What's gonna do
we
to
should be able to get a
us
few
so
people.
bad?
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Place too for the art cars. You know, put the art cars there where they can be seen, and they're also serving a very helpful purpose.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Creative and functional. For the ranger meetings yesterday. Do you mostly stay within like the camp, or do you go out on the perimeters too, or?
I usually range the wide perimeters and take care of the outlying areas, and I'm always on call in case of a problem.
If there's a VW bus stuck in mud somewhere. Of course.
Hi, is Ron around?
Yeah, he's out at our camp thing.
Okay.
You know where it is now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just sitting over there.
Okay, John Law's still sleeping. He's been up all night, but we're going to let him know. I'll go over and talk to him.
Okay.
Thank you.
It is amazing. They said they had 30,000 hits yesterday on the site.
30?
That's what, I don't know if you know Dave Beach, but that's what he was telling me. Some interesting people out here. Also, there's a guy from Belgium who's doing a documentary. We're scouting out information on a documentary on metaphysical technology or something like that. You know, how it relates to everything. Is it maybe more of a challenge this year, considering how spread out we are and the fringe camps and that sort of thing? Is it?
No, I don't think so. Actually, the concentration of camps is less dense than it was last year, and I think that's good. We're more spread out now. There's more room, and I think that's working quite well.
Oh, good. Yeah, we're concerned about possible looting or theft.
It's always a danger, when you get this many people together. There are those who don't feel a part of the community and may resort to such things.
Yeah, Cal said he had some stuff stolen after the performance, but when they just started taking stuff.
Non-medical back to 5.
RV18.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Everything's really mellow.
That's the way it should be, hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm on my way over to the medical station. They called for Ranger.
Okay, John Law is still down right now. When he comes up, Pershing wants to talk to him.
Okay.
So pass the word on if you see him.
Will do.
Okay.
So you do the other Rangers, is it like a half-day shift, or what, how do you, as far as when they're on duty, is it?
We try to run a couple of shifts mainly and just overlap our up times. The main thing is to have a lot of Rangers on duty at night when all the activities are going on. So we try to do is have a large percentage sleep during the day and are up at night. Some of the daytimes start at noon, and other daytimes shift starts at like 6 o'clock. So we always have Rangers on duty.
Hitchhikers. There's some great stuff out here this year. You see the mobile couch with headlights and speakers?
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
There's a couch that drives around at night and has headlights on it, a 4-person couch, and following along beside it is a lamp, like a stand-up lamp with its own light, and the guy's got it so choreographed he can have it just catch right up, to the armrest. It just stays with it. And oh, another sheriff's camp. I didn't know we had it out here.
Hello, Michael. Hey, how you doing? Camp way out here in the suburbs, huh?
Yeah, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Did you just get out here, or you've been?
I've been here about an hour. We overlap our shifts. Largest percentage of Rangers down during the day and up at night.
Yeah, and I think that's what's going to be critical this evening.
Right. So we'll have virtually all Rangers tonight.
How is everything going?
How's it going on?
Today?
We've got a large community here.
Very large.
Very large. And with any community, it has its problems, some medical emergencies. And
I didn't get to bed till 8 o'clock this morning, so I wear most of those medical.
Right. So we'll certainly do an assessment of that once we come out of this and take a look at it. It's a matter of statistics.
Yeah, I had left a message over to Ranger Tent for John to get a hold of me.
Right, I got that message. John is still down right now.
Yeah, I suspected that might be the case. When he comes out, I still would like to have a word with him.
I will
Probably
get him
just
over here
privately, I think.
Right. I'll get him over here as soon as he's out.
That'd be great.
All right.
Yeah, everything for the most part is going fine on our end. I anticipate things will be very hectic.
Right, we're expecting a pretty good Reno crowd tonight. And quite hectic. And that's where we work, is right on that edge of things being very hectic.
Yeah.
I know it seems chaotic, but there's a lot of organization up there too.
Oh, no, I totally understand what you guys go through. I certainly appreciate the job you're doing at this point.
We're really glad that you're here to back us up. Just be here.
Yeah, that's part of my job.
Okay. Well, great.
At this point. All right. All right, thanks, Michael.
What's our size and distance to you?
I haven't measured that yet. I'll have to do that. We're going to take a run around the camp here. And
What are you
I'll
looking
give you a
for?
little background.
Okay. Is that Black Rock over there?
That is Trago Peak.
That's true. Is there any event that you would stop people, out here if you think that have you seen them driving?
An event or an activity?
Well, yeah, I guess it gotta be tough because
Yeah.
people surfing on cars and doing weird things, it's probably not would not be your typical situation.
Okay, here we go. I'm Danger Ranger, and we're here at the Burning Man Festival in the Black Rock Desert of Nevada. This is a 400 square mile ancient lake bed. It's perfectly flat, ringed with mountains. And this is probably the only place where something like this could happen, where you could get this many people together and actually form a community. And Burning Man really is a community. It's an experiment in community, and may provide us with some type of clues or patterns how we might survive and thrive in the future. As humanity increases on this planet, it begins to take a heavy load on the environment and the systems that support this planet. And we're out here on this perfectly barren plain. There's nothing out here but us. And so we can experiment without causing a lot of harm to the environment. We build this community in a matter of a few days, and then it disappears. We take everything out of here and completely clean it up. Everything we brought out here, every piece of trash, every cigarette butt, everything. And there's nothing left here but the tracks that we left by our presence. And wintertime, even these disappear as the rains come and the snow falls in the mountains. And the runoff from the Quinn River flows down into this basement. From the Quinn River flows into this basin, and it fills this up with a very thin layer of water, and it actually smooths everything out. So the next year we have a perfectly blank slate, which we can start over again. And there's nothing left but information and the experiences which people have had. And we use this information and these experiences which people have had all come together to recreate this community once again. And so it's really kind of a giant experiment in community.
I was talking to Jim Mason, and he's like, where else could I have a 2 mile by half mile art installation? Forested metal trees. And so What kind of things out here would cause you to stop, and what sort of things, as you're making your tour?
It depends on how close I am to the area. Actually, anywhere on here, if I see something which is a hazard to vehicular traffic, a stake, a big piece of metal or something, even shells left over from the target practice of the military years ago, we can pick them up. We actually leave this place cleaner than it was when we came here.
I followed Larry Breed with his construction of the trash filter, and also bike down the perimeter of it. I'm also at some point I might get it. Okay.
We're coming up on another community here. This is an interesting development which has occurred recently. We found that as our community grows, we've now got an offshoot community. This one is called Techno Ghetto. And using many of the same principles which we have learned about living here, they have been able to create their own community. And
I'm glad you're going out here, actually, because I haven't made this trip since so far.
yeah, this is a satellite community, and they have their own population, their own structure, and they're actually doing their own experiments on how it should be. It's much like Black Rock City is the initial planet, star on this space here, and now we have this second star here. It's like a binary system. It's just starting to swirl. It's really fascinating.
So are they building up their own sort of small infrastructure?
Right. They have their own central services, their own community structure. Their layout. They're experimenting with different layouts, and they are indeed learning for themselves. They're developing their own culture, much like there's a culture that exists within the community of Black Rock City.
Interesting. They have their own little sort of Burning Man structure thing. What's the, how far is this from?
This is a little bit further up.
That's much bigger than last year.
Yeah, we are on the upper end of the dry lake bed right now. Coming around here, it's the north end, and you can see Black Rock over here, directly ahead. And this is what the desert was named after. This is one of the most prominent features. This is black colored rock outcropping at this end.
Seems like a lot of people go out there to shoot too, is that?
Yeah, this being Nevada and a wide open space, there's a lot of the frontier ethic here. And that's one of the reasons we are here, because this is a frontier, and we are pushing the frontiers of our own being, our own existence here, our existence as a species on this planet. traveling in deep space. It's a matter of vectors of time and direction. It's very easy to get lost out here. At night, I navigate by the stars, and there's no moon. When there's a moon, I use the outline of the surrounding peaks and mountains. And always carry a compass.
There's a lot of danger for getting trapped in mud on the perimeters?
The outlying areas do have places that are quite moist. There are springs that come down and low places where the water collects. And we do find people that are stuck in the mud. I usually take a run around the entire basin every morning and look for people that may have been stranded.
And what are the scenarios for medical emergencies?
We have a medical team on site, Earthbound Medical, and they're doing a very fine job. The important thing out here is communications. We have this network of interlocking communication points and different radio frequencies. They were able to communicate. Different services are on different frequencies. And the important thing is being able to communicate rapidly at any point within the community. It's quite large, and there's a lot going on. So one of the Rangers' primary duties is being a communications point. By being dispersed throughout the community, they know what's going on and can bring help or attention to a problem which may arise. We have, for thousands of years, developed this kind of law enforcement technology, I guess, of using a bigger stick. And we're trying to develop ways of developing social consciousness for people that will make them want to be a part of the community, to behave in a manner which is not harmful to other beings. So we are experimenting with gentle approaches to what used to be, quote, law enforcement. Since the laws out here, there's really only one law out here, and that's you don't interfere with someone else's experience. That is to say, don't cause harm to another person, unless they want to be harmed, of course, but that should be mutually agreed upon. So, what we're going to do is, because it is such an open society, there are not as many do-nots. There are no moral judgments here that are being made by the community, because it's a very open community.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive that you can bring in a medevac like that and have a sort of a helipad in the camp and get people out.
We actually have a faster medical response than many of the outlying towns. We are the only doctor within probably nearly 100 miles. So we are reaching a point now. We've talked to some of the local communities, and we're actually on the verge of providing the possibility of providing We've been talking to various communities, and we're on the verge of discussing possible emergency medical services, services of doctors for those communities.
And how many counties do we cover with the actual our part of it?
We're in the jurisdiction of 3 or 4 counties here, and it's a very interesting point. We've got the largest population probably in northern Nevada right now.
and then Monday it's gone.
Yes, on Monday it begins to completely evaporate.
Amazing. Yeah, I saw the rangers from the various different counties out here the other day. And how do you interact with the actual park rangers?
We cooperate with all of them. Currently, we're actually in Pershing County, and they are the lead enforcement at this location. The lake bed, of course, covers different counties, so the site is moved every year, depending on various conditions. Everything from the soil conditions here, the rainfall. Many different conditions will affect the location of our camp.
Do you look at the growth of this whole project as far as population as sort of maybe a challenge to help open people up to new experiences and approaches?
It is a challenge. Each year we take what we've learned, this information, and we use that to recreate the community and to put services and information systems in place to handle the community. So it's almost kind of self-feeding too. It's almost a system. It's might be described as kind of like a vortex pulse engine, which is fueled by information. These people go out from this experience, and they come back to this time and this place. It's like this vortex is created, and all this comes together. All this information which links it all together, makes it happen, and it just rises up as a community. It's like a pulse, like a long-term pulsing clock that ticks. It also makes us focus on long-range planning, what it's going to be like to be here for a longer period of time, next year, the year after.
So that planning almost starts instantly after this year's burn, I suppose.
So what we do is we put these systems in place which are almost automatic. It's like a program that builds the community, and these systems are interlocked and almost self-replicating. And using a positive feedback, we can correct errors, make directional changes to make the community work.
And what do the local residents of the county, in Burlock and Empire, what do they think about all this?
Well, you should ask them.
Yeah, and I would like to. It's probably mixed, I assume. Oh, all right. You're going to all the places I was trying to get to on bike earlier.
This is Danger, over.
Harley to Danger, copy?
Harley, this is Danger, over.
Little Joe, this is Crimson.
We're running on the fringe limit of our mobile units.
Copy?
We have a repeater station in the center which picks up our mobile stations and rebroadcasts. I'm going to have to move in a little closer. I've gotten a call We can receive calls anywhere on the playa through our mobile units, but we need to get a little closer to our repeater to rebroadcast to another unit. So I'm going to move in a little closer now so I can pick up this call.
What is the range then? Is it a couple miles?
The range of the mobile units are about a mile, half a mile from the repeater. The repeater itself can reach out to 12, 14 miles. We actually run into the repeater, we actually run into the curvature of the Earth on some of our communication systems. Microwave, we have to take that into account. Raising the towers up, putting in microwave repeater links to communicate with the outside world.
Right, and is there a cellular line that sometimes?
There's not a cellular. There is not a cellular site here this year, but we're hoping that perhaps next year there will be.
Oh, what is it that was it Dick Gilman or isn't?
A cellular site for a phone system requires somebody coming in, setting up a tower and a unit to operate that.
Like
we are operating on multiple. We are operating on various.
Perez, over.
We're operating on various frequencies right now with our communication systems.
Out of fuel. I have no power. Looking really bad for us getting the mouth strap off unless I get some fuel over here. Be looking for Dennis. Hi, Dennis, this is Perez.
Hey, Perez, I'm gonna do what I can. It's not really, I don't know a lot of people with fuel, but I'm gonna do whatever I can for you. Hang on a minute, all right? Early over.
Perez, this is Danger, over.
Danger. Perez needs fuel.
The opening light on, and Lance is at the hot spring. I have no power down here.
Hello, Perez. This is Danger. I'm coming over with fuel. Over.
10-4, go ahead.
If Hernandez is going into town, he can basically pick them up.
The flatbed is, if the flatbed is on the playa, that has diesel fuel in the back. If any of those drums are full, we can do it ourselves. We just got to get the truck down here.
Frank, this is Harley. Perez, we're on our way to pick up hay bales with the flatbed, so we're going your way.
10-4, if we can check those drums are okay, then we can get some gas in it.
Perez, this is Danger. Do you copy?
Go ahead, Danger.
I got some fuel for your generator. Coming over.
10-4.
Does he carry fuel, emergency spare fuel?
I always carry 5 gallons of fuel with me, particularly when I'm making runs in the outlying area. So I'm going to drop some off here at this theme camp because they need some, and I'll refuel and before I make my runs in the outlying areas tonight.
Wraparound skirt with a red Indonesian print blouse. If you see her, tell her to go back to her camp. Thank you. Did anyone copy that? I copy early.
Copy that.
Thanks, Harley.
Hey, Perez.
Someone just let us borrow this guy, which means we got our shop running, but
The big generator that was at the Seaman camp, it's out.
Okay.
There's like a warning light out. It says battery charged, but I just think it's out of fuel. We need diesel.
Okay. Oh, you need diesel.
It's a diesel, big diesel guy.
Okay. Hey, Dan.
If the flatbed, excellent. I think the flatbed has cans of diesel in the back. And there's a little DC pump. If we have that flatbed, I think if there's diesel.
But the flatbed is being used to pick up bales right now. Hey, we have to block off. We got a safety issue.
Right.
Send somebody over there. Get a volunteer.
I'm
go
up
get
and running here though.
Yeah.
It's just if I can just get, Lance is at the thing, and if we, he knows he's gonna come by. But the generator's down. The rest of the town's gotta go. The radio station's
Okay,
down.
we got a little more time now, so
That's true.
we'll work it up.
Hey, Mark.
Got a lot of people aware of your situation.
When's this going off?
Mouse drive at midnight.
Tonight?
Yeah.
And all Thunder thing starts tonight? Okay.
Oh, the tower's down and that's burned Monday.
I heard about that.
Yeah, okay, and that's another story.
Yeah,
This is all part of this information system I was just telling about, that we learn and we grow and we learn how to make things, redo things every year, and it's part of the process. And we're getting better and better at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Right on, England.
See ya.
See you later.
Picking up some valuable information out here. We'll find out when all these things are running. That was excellent. That was very, very good. Getting back to the station.
It's probably the only interview I'm giving this year.
I really appreciate it. Right. Yeah, anyway, definitely wanted to have you in this. I mean, that wouldn't be complete without having you in. So Helco is no more. Now it's free to go on.
This is a community of self-created environments, little micro environments. Each campsite, each theme camp gives an environment to itself.